So have you ever wondered why do Japanese people live such a long life? Let's check some Japanese habits that may help us too to live a longer, healthier, and more active life. One of the best things in Japan is definitely their healthy balanced diet. During the years I stayed with different host families or visited restaurants, they served bread, salad, egg, coffee, even banana shake for breakfast. A simple version for a Japanese breakfast can be a cup of rice with fermented soybean. For lunch, it's common to bring or buy a bento box with a balanced set of veggies, proteins, and carbohydrates. Dinner is the highlight of the day, a main meat or fish dish with simmered veggies, side dishes like salads, pickles, soups with even more veggies. After the meal, they may eat something sweet. However, this usually means fruits and nut cakes. As the Japanese Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare suggests, a healthy daily diet should include 5 to 7 servings of grains like bread, rice, or pasta. 5 to 6 servings of vegetables, so the suggested amount of veggie intake is nearly the same as grain intake. 3 to 5 servings of protein-rich foods like meat, fish, egg, or soybean dishes. 2 servings of milk or milk products, and the same goes for fruits too. Snacks not even included in the graph. However, it says you may still enjoy snacks, confections, and beverages moderately. And I think Japanese people definitely do enjoy snacks, but maybe not as much as we do. So is it possible to follow a healthy diet the Japanese way? Actually, you don't need any special ingredients that can only be bought in Japan. Let's break down this graph and check a possible daily menu. You may substitute the grains, proteins, veggies to the ones you can easily buy in your country. So for breakfast, a slice or 2 slices of toast, a fried egg with some lettuces and tomatoes, and a cup of milk or coffee latte. From what I saw, actually the Japanese barely eat rice for breakfast. They prefer the toast as it is easier and faster to prepare. For lunch, how about a spaghetti bolognese with a cup of cream soup and salad? For dinner, consider eating a cup or 2 cups of rice, a cup of soup with veggies, stewed veggies with pork, and an optional tofu side dish. When you snack, you may choose an apple with yogurt or dark chocolate with nuts. But feels like something is still missing, right? Returning to snacks, if you really crave a piece of cake, you may still opt for a less sweet and fatty one. Luckily, Japan's luxurious cakes have much less sugar and fats, and this makes them much lighter and I think more delicious. Next, sports. We all know sports are important and sometimes or more often go to the gym, and this is actually great. But in Japan, they include sports in their daily routine. People usually go to work or school on foot, by bike, public transport, or a mix of these. I've never seen any child being taken to school by parents' car, although I guess it may still happen in case of emergency, but definitely not on a daily basis. Commuting to and from school or office already include a lot of movement. But how about the elderly who don't commute? Well, they will go for a walk. It's super easy to spot some sporty grandma or grandpa in their sun protection clothing, taking a rhythmic morning walk or afternoon stroll. During the daytime, some short exercises will be broadcasted on television, so those ones staying at home can also move their body. By the way, did you notice? They think of those people too who use a wheelchair. As you get older, your muscle strength will decrease, and if you don't move at all, it will decrease even faster. Our muscle starts to deteriorate when we reach our 30s, and after 60, this process gets even faster. If your body is weak, you have a higher chance to get ill or suffer injury from a fall, so do take care not to let your muscles melt away over the years. Next, consistent sleeping schedule. Many Japanese people are keeping a regular sleeping schedule. At least all the families I visited slept early and got up early, even on weekends. To get a good night's sleep, Being consistent is important, so try to wake up early in the morning, quickly get ready, and start your work immediately. In Japan, they say morning is the most productive part of the day, and they barely waste it. During daytime, consider eating healthy meals at a fixed time every day, and finish eating your dinner 3 hours before sleeping so you can finish digesting. Try to slow down before sleeping to get a good night's sleep. Also, try to go to sleep the same time every day, and most importantly, get enough sleep. Most of us need about 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Too little sleep or too much aren't good. So it's important to sleep and wake at consistent times, even on weekends. Many of us know that having irregular sleeping habits, for example going to bed late and waking up late on weekends, we confuse our biological clock. But actually not only this. A recent study highlighted that irregular sleepers have a higher chance to experience diabetes, obesity, as well as congestive heart failure and deep vein thrombosis. I used to sleep less during weekdays and oversleep on weekends, and as a result my energy level was always fluctuating. For the past 2 years, I tried to be more consistent with my sleep and wake times, and avoided naps during the day. I realized that my energy level is getting more and more balanced, and I don't feel sleepy during daytime. So here is a Japanese tip to sleep better. Take a hot bath. This may surprise you, but an average Japanese family will take a hot bath each and every night, at least in winter season. The reason behind is that in general, homes in Japan don't have central heating or insulation, so on cold days it can be quite cold inside the house too. For this reason, after taking a quick shower in front of the bathtub, people will take a hot, really hot bath about 104 Fahrenheit, 40 Celsius degree to warm up. Soaking in a warm water like this immediately relaxes your muscles and washes away any tensions. It improves blood circulation, reduces swelling, promotes the operation of the automatic nervous system, and boosts your immune system. When taking a hot bath, you may lose a lot of water by sweating, so it's better to drink something, preferably warm, before bathing to prevent dehydration. Japanese ladies will try to make use of this relaxing few minutes to the utmost by doing facial or scalp massage to stay young, by putting on a hair pack or do some skincare. After hot bath, muscles are relaxed, so hey girls, women to lose weight, you may use this chance to do some stretching. Now let's talk about some Japanese tips for good mental health. Of course, I don't mean to say Japan does everything right, but in this video I want to share those health-related things that we can learn from Japan. First, a positive attitude in times of crisis. For many of us, when we make mistakes and experience failure, it is easy to feel despair. However, as they say in Japan, 失敗は成功のもと. Failure is the best way to succeed. If you don't try, you won't fail, but we never succeed either. The way to reach your goals is to try something you want. Experience failures, learn from them, make it better, and move ahead. If you are not afraid of failure and actively keep on moving towards your dreams, you will enjoy life more, whatever age you are. I know a Japanese lady who keeps on generating new ideas and starts new businesses at the age of 60-something, and she knows someone else who just opened a business abroad at the age of 70. Moving forward in life is necessary, and it seems people in Japan won't let their time to be wasted. Another Japanese proverb is Pinchi wa Chansu. Turn adversity into opportunity. I really love this one. Let's see an example. One day you retire and your children grow up, you may suddenly have too much time alone, so it's easy to feel depressed and demotivated. But actually you can turn this situation to your benefit. Let's say, now that you have more time for yourself, you can do things you couldn't until now, like travel more, do volunteer work, or engage in your hobbies. I choose retirement as an example because it always amuses me to see Japanese elderly being unstoppable and active. Elderly in Japan are doing all different types of volunteer works, like teaching Japanese for foreigners or standing at the side of the roads and crossroads in the mornings to protect and guide children when they go to school. According to this survey, more than 30% of people aged between 40 to 74 were doing some kind of volunteer work in 2016. Next, as humans are not meant to live alone, we will feel depressed if staying alone for a long period of time. Many research already shows that people with good social life live longer. Knowing this, Japanese people are masters of community making. Examples for communities I also joined are University Club, it was a Kyora's club with many practices hanging out and eating out, a rental farm project with farming lessons and many annual events where local farmers could gather. I also joined a soba noodle making activity conducted mainly by old men who gathered once every month just to make and eat soba noodles together. Or as one grandpa told me, actually their true reason to gather is to escape from their wives, even only for a few hours. My husband also learned Japanese language and culture in an organization of elderlies who taught Japanese voluntarily for foreigners, and they also made many out of lesson gathering programs all year around for teachers and students. Host family service for foreigner students, where the families and students too can join programs. So schools, clubs, workplaces, volunteer groups and so on, we have a busy annual schedule. They also make time together for drinking, party, picnic and so on. So once people belong to a group like this, they will feel much less lonely for sure. Finally, let's finish this video by mentioning healthcare. We really cannot avoid mentioning the famous Japanese healthcare when we talk about the reasons why Japanese people live a long life. We all know how great are their hospitals and doctors, but there is one more thing. In Japan, you are subject to do a yearly health check called Kenkou Shindan, whether you are a student or an office worker or an elderly, as long as you are covered by insurance. You will have a urine test, blood test, chest x-ray, eyesight test, body height and weight measurement, and blood pressure check. These are great to discover serious diseases in their early phase when they are still easy to cure. Also, you will know your blood sugar level and other detailed information, so it's possible to track small changes in your body and take action before some health complication even begins. So as we see, a balanced diet, enough movement, consistent sleeping schedule, daily hot bath, positive mindset and community, together with annual health checks, may be the keys to a long and satisfied life, and Japanese people are masters of these. I plan to do more videos about the Japanese diet and healthy habits in details, so if you have some questions that you want to know more about, leave a comment below.